Welcome to another powerful episode of the Journeys in Melody podcast. My name is Derville, the host, and with me today is Sharon Rurak and Elio Alcindor. These two beautiful people are behind the Canadian Selah Music Award. It is a award which is dedicated to honoring excellence, encouraging collaboration, nurturing spiritual and artistic growth among artists and musicians from all over the world. And I was privileged to be a part of the inaugural CSMA Awards, which was just a couple of days ago in Calgary, which was beautiful. I enjoyed it immensely. So Sharon and Elio, welcome to Journeys in Melody.
Thank you for having us, Derville. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us in your program.
Yeah, thank you very much, Derville. We're really happy to be here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Ellie, I must tell you that Sharon has been my guardian angel.
Oh.
and let me tell you, I decided to start a podcast about 2 to 3 years ago. I just reached out to a friend of mine, Kay Anthony. He and I studied in college in Jamaica. And I interviewed him, and then Sharon just reached out and started talking to me about what she does and connected me with a host of artists from her roster. And I've been privileged to talk to many of them, and it has gotten us here.
This is the way she is. This is the way she is.
I mean, without asking or without knowing her or meeting her, the first time we met in person was at the show last weekend. So it's been a beautiful friendship that's been blossoming. Thank you again, Sharon, for your interest and for seeing the value in what I do and other persons in music, what they do as well. You've really encouraged me to keep going and even look into my music artistry side as well.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. And I hope you both are doing very well. You know, sometimes we're at work and,
yes.
You know.
We are very well. I'm very well.
Yeah.
Busy, but very well.
Yeah. Awesome. So, Sharon, where are you?
I'm in Saskatchewan. Yes.
Elio, where are you?
In Calgary.
In Calgary.
Yes.
That's where you live?
Yes, in Alberta, yes.
Oh, okay. You're in Calgary. Oh, so we're neighbors, literally.
Yes.
I'm in BC, you're in Calgary, and Sharon
is in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, we're each one over, just one over.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Elio, what's your background, if you don't mind?
Oh wow, that's a very nice question. I was born in Haiti and I raised in Haiti. After my high school, my parents were pastors. So after I graduated from high school, went to study medicine. So other thing I have beside the awards, it's I'm a professional in health. I used to work in medicine and outside of Canada, like a foreign trained physician, and then came to Canada and I went to do a post diploma in ultrasound, and I teach ultrasound actually here in Calgary. Basically, this is what I most likely do, and beside of my ministry and working with the awards.
That's amazing. Again, more interesting things here. How do you find the healthcare system in Canada?
It's pretty interesting. It has a lot of more pro than con. I would say most of the things are pretty amazing. The only thing is like the waiting time sometimes to get even into a hospital, the time you have to spend in a hospital for a physician to see you, or it can be like outside patient when you have to do any ultrasound or MRI or anything that requires more time. So it can be frustrated at time, but otherwise it's sweet that you don't have to pay anything, and when you go to the hospital, you just show your card and that's all, which is a blessing to be living in Canada for that.
That's beautiful. So you're healing through music and you're healing physically through medicine. Sharon, tell me, how did you meet Elio and how did this collaboration happen?
Well, of course, our mutual friend, Kay Anthony. It was actually his suggestion he said, Sharon, you should reach out and see, so I did. I reached out to Elio, and I feel like we just had the same vision and the same values, and our purpose was the same. So when we spoke about the awards and yeah, I was full in, like it was everything that I wanted to provide to the artists as well.
Yeah.
So, I think we just connected right away and just knew that we were on the same path.
Yeah.
So
since the first time, I think the first 5 minutes, we already knew that God has a purpose about us connected, Sharon, myself, and my wife. And then we totally agree that there is something bigger to do. And as you know, Sharon is an amazing human being. I can say that for your audience, she's so passionate, and you know that she's doing things because she loves to do it. She loved to help artists. She loved to help people in general, and
Yeah.
and then we kind of like having her on board with us with the Canadian Selah Music Award was like a huge blessing. And the good thing about Sharon, she embraced it. She
Yeah.
embraced it fully. She's not working like half time or halfway, and oh, that's I don't care about that part. And she embraced every single aspect of it, and if effectively it's like hers. That's what we say. We tell her all the time, like Sharon, we have to work together, and that has been the thing we've been doing since we met, and it's been a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Huge blessing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So whose
thank you so much.
brainchild was the awards?
God gave me the vision like 7 years ago. 7 years
Mm.
ago, he said, when I came to Canada a little bit over 10 years ago. And when I came to Canada, he says, okay, this is the country where you're going to do the award for me. But obviously, I was in shock. I said, I cannot do this stuff. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I have won some awards myself, but I don't want to do it. And interesting enough, somebody who has an award company in the Dominican reached out to us. He said, okay, can you help us with our awards? And then I say, okay, that's it. It's because God wanted us to help him. And we helped them for like 3 years. And last year when we were doing the awards for them, and God's clearly spoken to me, okay, this was a training. This was a training. You have to know more about you, complain about you didn't know how to do it. I put somebody that bought that organization so you can see how they can do it. But I wanted to do it bigger, more broad, and then even better. And then and then Sharon came right on time, right that we were like, okay, we go to do the awards, we were doing the announcement. I can say she helped us develop every aspect we have to do. She has fingerprint and everything. So the vision, I understand the vision came through me, but my wife, Sharon, and all the other people we have in the team, they've been so helpful. It's a teamwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Sharon, where do you get the drive from to do all that you're doing and to keep going despite your own life and all the things that you have to do?
I think it's just the passion. It's just seeing the work that everyone is doing, that these artists are doing, that people in the industry are doing. It's just making a difference. And, I hear stories from my artists about how their music, has touched lives. People could be like on their last, that's it, and they'll hear a song or they'll hear some type of inspiration from them, and it changes their life. It gives them hope. Just seeing that. And I always tell my artists, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in front of big crowds and a big everything. To me, it's like if you save one life or if you're helping one person, that's really what gives me that drive to keep doing this.
Yeah, and it's amazing. You don't find people like you every day
No.
who will see potential in something small.
Yeah.
Because you saw potential in what I'm doing now before it even burgeoned into anything of significance. And since you kind of started putting effort into what I'm doing, I've seen growth where persons are interested. Persons with established radio stations are reaching out to say, hey, would you be interested? And I'm like,
That's
so
good.
and I've seen growth with persons you've worked with, Maurice and Nicole, Kay Anthony, Eleni, right? Since speaking to them a year or so ago, they have just been growing from strength to strength. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you're behind the scenes putting the energy behind it. And praise God, you're just doing a lot of work and you're not seeing it. Maybe you don't know what you're doing so much, but I'm telling you that it's really impacting the people doing the work and the persons who are listening.
Yeah.
It's really getting out there.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Well,
So you're
thank you.
doing a fantastic job, let me tell you.
Yeah, I
Okay?
don't, you know what? I never see that bigger. I just keep doing and doing what I'm doing and just keep going. And I'm not, I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
Yeah,
big. It's
yeah,
big. It's
but yeah,
huge.
but what you're doing is like you plant a seed, you water it, and then just watch it grow, and God just blesses it with sunlight and everything else that it needs to
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah.
But you're the one really cultivating, and you're really making a difference out here, more than you know. Trust me, more than you know. So the CSMA Awards started, and based on what we experienced, it would seem as if you've been doing this for a while, both of you. Like this is your 10th one going. So, and it was well organized. Of course, I wasn't seeing everything behind the scenes, but from the audience looking on, yeah, it was really good. Tell us about what went into the preparation for the awards.
Oof, it's been 7 months of preparation because it was the first time we didn't know what to expect. We did know God said He was going to be okay. He was going to be huge. He was going to be impactful. It was because when God gave the vision, it was like because last Sharon said before, it was so many good artists here in Canada, especially they're doing amazing work and they've been like kind of like behind with what they suppose where they're supposed to be,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like create a platform for them, mix them with international artists so people can know about what we're doing in here in Canada. So behind the scene, it was it's kind of like interesting to work everything. It can be 11 o'clock. I'm texting Sharon is texting me ideas and ideas. We should do that. We should do that. And then not only Sharon, all the people in the team. But when we were in the last week, it was a little bit stressful because I was telling Sharon, I don't know what to expect. I trust God with that, and we know it's going to be good. And let's just relax and see. But thank goodness we have been receiving a lot of feedbacks from so many people who haven't heard about us. They are seeing pictures, they send in messages, they say we didn't hear about this award, how come we didn't hear about such an amazing award show? And then
Yeah,
now we know for 2026 they will be on board. So basically behind the scene it was a lot of works. We were
yeah,
very tired, very stressed, and but we God help us. When you have God is there with you, things works things
yeah,
work the way He wants it to do, and we give Him thanks for that.
yeah. Amazing. Thank God. It came off very well despite all the stress.
Yeah.
It came off very well, and it was a pretty smooth evening. The part of the name that I want to talk about is Selah. Where did that inspiration come from? I know it appears in the Psalms,
Yeah.
but why was that name chosen?
We just want to do it like Sila means. We just want to do a big praise. Like, it's like when you read the psalm, they will do some verses and pause. It's like Sila, let's do a praise. It can be a praise dance, praise singing, praise, put your hands up together. We want the hour to be like a praise to God, a praise to everything around it. And at the same time, we want to cheer our artists up, honor them, to tell them, okay, listen, let's move, let's praise together, move on. You're doing a good job. You're going to get there. Keep working, keep working. So basically, it's like a push, a praise,
Mm,
so to God, and not only to God, but also to these artists. We really need, a time to applaud them, to cheer them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Sharon, adding this now to what you've been doing in public relations, how do you manage now to add the planning and all logistics with the CSMA with your current job?
Well, again, because a person has a passion for it, and just because I love doing it so much, you just make it work, like, I don't know. I'm sure both of you know, like when you have a passion for something and you really enjoy what you're doing, it's not like work.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yes,
It's
yes,
fun, and you just do it, and
yeah.
it's so exciting. Just I love just the planning and just seeing how everything turned out and how everyone was just so happy, and like just the people connecting and the artists connecting, and I don't know, when you see that end result, it's worth
Mhm.
late nights and the hard work, and it's just so heartwarming.
And the great thing about Sharon is like the positivity and the energy she has. She's like just before the show, just before we started, we were talking about, okay, we just put the announcement for 2026. She was like, what going to be for 2027 already? I said, Sharon, okay, we just finished 2025. We put the announcement for registration for people to send their submission for 2026. We cannot be talking about
2027, right?
But she's just so excited. It's so positive. You cannot get discouraged with it. And she's like, let's go. And one thing I do like about working with her, I can see her taking care of her artists. So she's not like an agency that a person who working with the artist, like, okay, I put your song out, that's all. She makes sure that everything is worked perfectly for them. Even her connection with the artist and the CSMA, it's amazing to see that. So it's a blessing. It's a blessing, working with her.
So Sharon, let's talk about who takes care of you. What's your support system like, around you right now?
Well, I don't, I have some, people that I can talk to and stuff, even my artists, they're very good and supportive, if I'm struggling through something, or I can always reach out to them, and they always have like an open ear to listen and give encouragement and stuff. So
and prayer is coming from the left, and Elio is from the right, and he's coming in with some medical expertise. So
stay close, Elio, and my medical expertise.
When you look at an awards show for music, or this is a special awards, it's specifically for gospel music, right? When you look at all the other awards, what differentiates the CSMA?
I think what really does is just the fact that it's for international, it's globally, it's for any artist around the world. So it's not just, it's not just for Canadian artists, let's say, and also that it is specifically for, Christian gospel artists. So that's what I love about it, because all my artists are international artists. They're not just, say, Canadian artists. So I loved it so much that they could connect with people from all around the globe. They had that opportunity, and it just opens up so many more doors, even for myself, to meet people in the industry from all over the place. That was just so great. That was so great. So I think that's what kind of differentiates the Selah Awards from other awards. Other ones too that are like secular, that the Christian part of it is very minimal. So this is really spotlighting, Christian and gospel artists from around the world. So that's what I love about it.
That's what I love about it too, because I love diversity. So when I got there and I saw all the different people flying in from Puerto Rico, Colombia, and England and stuff, I'm like, oh, this was bigger than I thought, right? And so they had a broad reach, and that it makes it really beautiful to bring people of faith from all walks of life together under one roof to celebrate and to praise God. And that was beautiful.
That's the idea. That's the idea. And next year will be better, because I was telling Sharon, we have a bunch of people from Brazil already requesting information, and we probably have Portuguese next year.
Well, I think the whole Caribbean as well.
Caribbean,
so many places are excited about next year.
When you look at the mission of honoring excellence and encouraging collaboration, all those things, how do you practically live that out through the awards?
It's really amazing, everything, like in terms of collaboration, every single aspect with people who have been working together for this award to be we did last week. It's pretty amazing, and also when you see, like you say, the diversity of it, the foreign language, because here in Canada we have French and English, but we do have people who speak Spanish, speak other languages, just all of them under one roof. And the thing that is more interesting is that God is the center, no matter what language you speak. It's amazing.
So, what has the feedback been like? Because you have artists who are established, who've been doing what they're doing for a while, then you have new ones. What has the feedback been like from the different artists?
More than we expected. More
Yeah.
than we expected. It's just amazing. It's just blowing our mind every time. People just they're just extremely happy. They love everything. Obviously, we have minimum thing that we have to improve because we want to be better and better and better. But in general, I would say the 99.99%. It's been amazing feedback. People were so in shock. They say this is not what we expected. This is at all. You guys passed the expectation. Since from red carpet, and the thing that they like the most is the unity. There was no division there. There was not like
No.
I was nominated, you won. I don't. There's no resentment. And people who didn't win, they said, I didn't win, but I enjoy the time. I enjoy
Yeah.
the praise and worship, every performance, the whole red carpet, everything. People just, the feedback just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything I've heard has been so positive
Yeah.
and so good.
Yeah.
And you could just feel the connection there that night. Like
Yeah.
everyone was just so happy and just, I don't know, it just felt so good. It was just such a good vibe, and everyone, it's just been really good feedback.
Yeah, and the community is growing because since the CSMA, persons have been connecting and reconnecting on social media, and the common thread is CSMA.
Yeah.
That's what everyone is connecting through, and it's
Okay.
beautiful to see all these people, strangers, becoming friends, and connecting through this one medium, and it's a beautiful thing. And trust me, next year you probably won't have space
Yeah.
for everybody.
But we have a bigger space in the same theater. They have a bigger space.
Uh-huh.
We try to we evaluate. We're going to evaluate everything to see if we have to move to the bigger one.
Yeah,
Yes, it's been amazing. Even on our social media, I was telling Sharon, just I realized that we have hundreds of thousands of people based on statistic we get from Instagram, just from Instagram, just these past weeks, more than 200,000 people just watching and to know about more about us. And we just thank God. Only God
yeah.
can do that.
I
Only
mean,
God can do
yes,
that. It's not
exactly.
us, it's just God behind it. And we, as Sharon said, we have the passion. I am a passionate person. She is a passionate person. My wife is one. All our team there, everybody's from volunteer, band, everybody is just passionate, and we cannot wait for the 2026 already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's already a buzzword.
yeah,
Persons are already looking
yeah,
forward to next year, and this year isn't even finished yet. Just halfway through, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's what the CSMA did. All these cultures, all these different people from different backgrounds coming together to praise Jesus. And I
yes.
love Eleni said she does Jesus music, and I heard some other person saying the same thing. And I was like, oh, everybody understands the
Yeah,
assignment, right?
yeah.
Yeah, praise doing Jesus music. So, in what ways have you seen music bridging ministry and healing? I didn't know you were a medical doctor, Elio. So here we go with the healing aspect of it. How do you see gospel music impacting communities across Canada?
Oh, I'm very positive. I'm very positive. Let take like went back to the Bible. Saul needed David to go to play so he can be healed, or at least that all this torment he has in his brain can and he needed David. So music is a powerful instrument. When you use praise and worship, it's a very powerful tool, to for fight and for deliverance, for all kind of stuff. So I am very positive because this is why we are here at CSMA,
Mhm.
just to create a platform to say, okay, let's put ourselves together, let's do impact, a very big impact on our communities. Because believe it or not, the enemy is working 24/7, impacting negatively to the
Yes.
communities. So we
Mhm.
cannot stay with our hands crossed. We have to do our part. And most of the artists, they are very passionate, but the problem is they don't have anybody behind them to tell them, okay, you're doing good, continue, keep it up. So when we create CSMA, it's just to tell them, okay, we are here for you, we will
Yeah.
recognize what you're doing. We will be, if you have a headache, you can call us. If you need advice, we can give you advice. If you need an agency, call Sharon. We are here for you. We are here for you. You do the job. We need you to be doing the job because you creating positive content, Christian content, gospel content that can make change, transform life, and
Mm-hmm.
heal people, and
Yeah.
bring people to know Jesus. And that person who was going to make it, who has a suicidal thought can change their brain by listening to a song, like Sharon said at the beginning. So this is what we are here for, just to push them to be there, to let God use us as instrument
Mm.
through their word, to let them know you're doing good, keep doing it, because we need more and more and more and more. And tell them you don't have to be in competition to any one of you. You just one. You are one army working for the kingdom of God. So you have one purpose for God. So
Mm-hmm.
let's put ourselves together and do the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could totally see that night, right? So many
Yeah.
artists that came, they were just so happy to be surrounded by other artists, just surrounded by people with the same beliefs and the same vision.
Yeah.
And
It's
you could
amazing.
just feel it everywhere. And everyone was like inspired and ready to work harder and keep going, So
Yeah.
it was just very encouraging to see that.
Yeah. If there's an artist, a young person, and they saw the show, or they're going to listen or watch this, and they have a voice, they want to make Jesus music, and they somehow reach out to you, Sharon, what's your advice?
Well, every person would have their own story. Everyone is individual. So of course, I would have a conversation with them to see where they're at, that type of thing. But if it's something they're passionate about, as long as they're prepared to work hard, and I would really want to hear what their vision is and what their end goal is,
Mm-hmm.
or not end goal, just to keep going. But
Yeah.
that would be, it's kind of hard just to give a generalization, but
And also to tell them, if God calls you to do the job, trust God.
yeah,
Trust God and look for advice. Like Sharon, she's will be amazing in giving advice to these artists.
Yeah.
You're a young person, you need advices. Contact Sharon and pray about it, meditate, ask God for guidance, and Holy Spirit to be with you. And then make sure you're not doing it for fame, you're not doing it for money, but you're doing it for the kingdom.
Yeah.
And everything else will come to you. But focus on doing the job that God has called you to do, and then look for professional advice, like Sharon said, and then she will spend time with the person, and that will be amazing. And then we need you, and then apply, register for CSMA.
That's great advice, because
Yeah,
there are many persons looking for advice, but when they look at music as an industry that's hard to get into, and they looking in the wrong places for advice. So that is solid advice to go with. So in terms of the awards, you get nominations, and then you select persons as winners, awardees, right? What's the process like? How does that process work?
Normally we have a team. Like, we have a lot of voting members. We call them CSMA voting members. We have from everywhere. We have from Argentina, from USA, from Mexico, from Colombia, from Canada, from France, from
Oh.
everywhere. Africa, we have a lot of people. So when people register, like in August 1st, we want to open registration. Will be open for people to register. Then we send their file or the information we request from them. It's fill out a form, send the document we ask you to send, like your biography, your picture, your MP3. You send it over. Then we have a team working behind the scene to send all this information to our voting members. So every voting member will receive a certain amount of categories. Let's say last year we have some categories that 63 people on it. So, but we cannot nominate 63%. So you have to do a lot of triage and take certain amount and keep like 5, 6, 7 people, most 8, no more than 8. Then every voting member, we give a mark. We tell them to classify them from the one that you think is more important to you to get nominated. And then from 1 to 8 to 12. And then from these 12, we will add all the mark. The one that has lowest mark in total will be the one that will be the 8th one will be nominated. And after that, we put out the nomination. Again, behind the scene, we have to put everything together, take out everybody who are not nominated, send out to voting members again to vote for winner. We tell them, you vote, you all again, you're going to classify these 8 people from 1 to 8. We make sure if we send certain category for you to receive nomination, we don't send the same one. Because we don't want you to go and go to what you did and then copy it and paste again.
Mhm.
So we diverse it, and we don't send all the categories to everybody. We send like 5-6 categories to that person, and then 5-6 to another person. We have quite a lot of people voting, and then these are the people that determine who's the winner, who's not the winner.
That's a lot of work
It's a lot
and
of work.
processing behind the
It's a lot
scenes.
of work. And then
Wow.
you have to tabulate all the information. We have to receive the answers, put them in an Excel sheet, and to give you who's the winner. And then you have to work on preparing all the envelope or everything. Who's the yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
It's
lot, a
some of
lot of work, but Elio and Victoria, his wife, they have done like so much work, and
Mhm.
it's been so good. Like
Thank
they're
you.
just on top of everything, and that's why, and that's another reason why I keep doing this, because they are so good to work with.
Yeah. And it's good to have people who you can work with and lean on and depend on and
Yeah.
plan with
Yeah.
to bring out something so beautiful.
Thank you, Sharon.
Now, with all the languages involved, what's the communication like?
Yeah, we normally communicate. For now, we've been communicating in 3 languages: English, Spanish, and French. We make sure most of the email we send out, we put all the 3 in them. But if it's too long, we don't want to put it. We don't want to lose any information. We have on our blog, we have a group for CSMA French, CSMA Spanish, CSMA English. If it's one email for everybody, we put everybody on it. If it's not, we BCC CSMA French, send it to French,
Mhm.
CSMA English, send it in English. Now we have to do Portuguese because you have a lot of Brazilian doing inquiry.
Mhm.
But it's been fun. I enjoy it. And I speak all these languages. I am the one that has to go over to make sure that everything is well written, everything is perfect. So I read all of them and then say, okay, yes, we can send them. And then I enjoy it every time. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at it, there's a story in the Bible when the Holy Spirit came down on the apostles and they started, speaking in the different tongues and, different languages, and everybody was understanding. Is like at the show, I recognized, there was Spanish there and there was French there, and it was like, it was just a nice feeling to see all these people and we come together to do one thing. That's the kind of unity the Bible talks about. When you look at the future of the awards, what are the opportunities that you're seeing for growth?
You can go first, Sharon, if you want to.
Yeah, well, I think, like we kind of spoke on already, that there's so many more countries and people all over that are so interested in being a part of it in 2026. So I think even just, after this first year and this experience, I really feel it's going to grow a lot more this coming year.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of people. I know Elio had told me, even after the submissions closed for 2025, there was so many people reaching out
Yeah.
that still wanted to be a part of, but it was, past the deadline. So I feel a lot of them will be prepared and ready to submit this year.
They are.
So,
They've
but
been.
it's so good just to see how widespread it is and how the interest from all over the world. It's remarkable. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
And we had a conversation like that yesterday or the day before yesterday, Sharon. We were talking about how Canada is a beautiful country, and our people always think Canada has nothing to offer in
Mm.
terms of a big awards show. There's a lot of other things. They say everything is US. We never heard about. I'm talking in the Christian
Mhm.
side of the thing. Like Juno is big, but it's secular. So we have other organizations doing awards, but we still need more, because so we wanted to be one of the best in Canada. I don't know if it's wise to say that, but we're working for that, and we wanted to be one of the best in the world too, because we have a beautiful country, one of the biggest country in the world. Why cannot we do something for people to come over to Canada just as they can go to US? Because when the Grammy is going on, when Dove is Stella, what's going on, I have people come all over the place telling me that we're going to the Dove. I've been to some of them myself. You see everybody, why we cannot do the same thing here in Canada,
Yeah,
and people cannot
yeah,
take advantage. Visit Banff, visit Toronto, it's tourism, it's a lot of things packed together for people to enjoy. So that's the goal. We have no limit. As soon as God is
absolutely,
in it, we have no
absolutely.
limit. We continue working better and better, Sharon, every
Yes.
year. That's the goal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the opportunities, and they are never ending
Yeah.
because you have so many, you have so much talent that God has put on the world, and so many persons in gospel music, and it will continue to grow. On the flip side, what challenges are you seeing in terms of the first experience and what you have to fix going forward?
Go ahead, Elio.
I would say, because it was the first time, we have had challenges in terms of securing sponsors, financial sponsors,
Mm,
because they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know what are they going to do. They're talking nice about what they're going to do, but we have no idea if it's going to do a nice thing, it's going to be a nice show, a nice event, it's going to be successful. So that was a big challenge for us in terms of last year. And other thing also, we need to, I don't know, we need to create a bond with like the artists, to let them know, because we have so many artists. They needed to come for the awards, but they didn't know that process for visa for Canada will take 3 to 4 months.
yeah,
So we
yeah.
have to create a channel of communication just for visa and papers you need to go if you want to come. Obviously, we're not going to give you the visa, but we give you the paper, like the letter that you are
Hmm.
nominated, so you can go for a visa on time.
Right.
So I can say that that has been the most. I don't know, Sharon, if you see other thing, but for a big thing, that have been the two biggest challenge we had so far.
Mm,
And we hope to fix this year. We want to secure it. If somebody's watching or interested and to know more information about what we're doing, just reach out to us. We give you information, and you can go to our website, to go to our social media to see what we did with the 2025. 2026 will be better, and you are welcome to be on board with us, so we can have the opportunity to do even bigger show for our artists, and other thing also, we will make sure that our live come live because we said it was going to be live, and there is a technical aspect within the theater, so we
mhm.
couldn't put it live. But this next time, we will make sure it's going to be live because we want it to
Amazing.
be live. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it,
Sharon?
it will be posted soon on
soon.
YouTube, so people will still be able to watch the awards that
Yeah,
that just took place soon.
Yeah.
excellent. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. In terms of sponsorships, when we talk about a sponsor, people usually confuse it with these big checks or whatnot. What is that like for the CSMA in terms of sponsorship?
We have two kind of sponsorship. We have media supporters, we call them. Like you can be a media, you just want to promote what you're doing, do interview with our artists, because we want people to do interview with our nominees when they win, to do interview with them, to keep moving the information, spreading the news to everywhere. So that a media side. In terms of financial sponsors, we have different very accessible packages. Like we send you the packages, you choose whatever you want, depend. But obviously, we tell you, if you take that one, this is what we can offer to you. If you take that one, this is what we offer to you. We give
Yeah.
them very detailed information about what do you expect, and you can read the packages, every package, and decide which one we want to take. And then, as you can see, even after the awards, we keep promoting them
Right.
because we are so thankful with
Yeah.
what they have done. Yeah.
That needs to be clear. And know that we have one show behind us and the highlights and the photos and then
Yeah.
the whole show coming up. People can go and see something,
Yes.
get more information from,
Yeah.
say, oh, this is it. So
Yeah.
help them to make a better decision. How do you see this impacting your current activities in terms of this award and growing it? Is it that you're going to dedicate particular time to it, to do it on particular days, or what does that look like?
God called us to do that. It's up to God to tell us what to do from now on. If God wants me to, like I say, I teach 4 days and I work in a clinic one day. If God say, okay, from now on you're going to just teach one day, you give your time for the awards. It's up to God. We live in, we have this oxygen which we have, it's because God gave it to us.
Absolutely the same thing. And I will just keep on giving as much of my time as I possibly can, because I feel like this is something that I should be doing, that maybe I've been called to do. So I want to definitely, keep giving my best and keep giving my all to make sure that it is successful.
I want to put the both of you on the spot a little bit. Now, you have so many artists from different backgrounds and different genres. Is there any artist or song that speaks to you the most?
That's such a hard question for me, because, as you're going through different things, different songs,
Yes.
You need different songs through different times of your life. And, I always say that with my artists, I sometimes have to ask them, I'm like, did you write that for me? Or because it feels like that was written specifically for you, that you're going through something that's like, wow. And I just love the fact of how truly healing music is, and listening to this type of music, that's inspiring, and it gives people hope. And I feel that it truly does heal people. And that as well is something that just keeps me driven to keep spreading, keep getting that music out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that weekend, we drove out of Vancouver the Thursday evening. I wanted to give ourselves enough time to get there and everything. Our car engine failed. The car broke down. So we had to get a tow truck to come and get us in the middle of nowhere, take us back to the Lower Mainland. And it was almost midnight on Thursday. We're like, should we still go? I really want to go. So we prayed. We got a rental car, and they gave us a Tesla. I'm like, that's a long journey for a Tesla, but they told us there are many charging stations along the road. But then as we started driving out, we found out we had to stop like an hour each time to charge to continue the journey. We got to Calgary 5:30 on the Friday. I was like, okay. So, but we had calculated the distance from the hotel to the theater, and it was like 20 minutes. So we're like, okay. So we got ready and got there at 6:40. We were tired, one, and we were anxious, but I walked in, I sat down, and the music just started calming me little by little. The music just started, and before the middle of the show, I was just sitting there enjoying everything. I forgot about the day and all the trouble and everything that happened and the money that we had to spend that we didn't plan to spend. But God was so good to bring us to that place where so many beautiful people, everybody had their own challenges coming in, I'm sure, but we all met, and it's like we forgot life. We forgot what was happening outside. And we just enjoyed it. So it's not just a show, it's a beautiful worship setting that can help even the artists and the team to just forget about life and focus on God. You know what I mean? So Sharon is right about what the music does at different times.
I don't know if you have a minute. We have a band drove all the way from Mexico to here.
Ooh.
They drove all the way from Mexico, past across USA, all the way to Calgary.
So you see,
yes. They came around that time too. It was around 6 o'clock when they were calling. But in fact, there were 5 of them or 4 of them. When they get to the border, they let only one pass. He took the car from the border from Canada with Canada. They let him drive from USA to here. So he was calling, I'm at the door. I'm getting in. They say, come on in. Because they sent an email. They say, we're driving all the way. I say, okay, listen, I'm going to give you my personal number. If you have anything, you call me. So yes, drove all the way from Mexico. All the way from Mexico. Yes, it was, Yeah.
So you see, the award, it gave people purpose. And then when we all gathered there, it was just a beautiful moment to enjoy with people of God together, all kinds of people with all kinds of challenges coming to Calgary. I mean, and that's the kind of God we serve too. Amen. He takes us from different directions and brings us into this one place to create something beautiful. It's been a lot of
And what a
work.
beautiful night. Yeah. Like I met
Yeah.
so many amazing people, people I've just met for the first time, my artists that I've met for the first time. And it was just so like yourself, Derville, like
Yeah,
we've known
yep,
each other how
Yeah.
long?
yep.
And just to finally be able to meet people in
Face to
person.
face. Yeah,
Oh, it was so
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just give you, this is just a small piece of when we get to see Jesus face to face.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
You know Jesus all the time. You talking to him, you praying with him, but you haven't seen him face to face. When the last day come, when you can see him face to face, that would be just amazing. All these people, we will be once in one place, praising him and
Oh my.
worshiping him and
Beautiful.
looking at him face to face, our God and Savior. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a foretaste of
yeah,
what's to come.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. How can listeners, churches, communities learn about this? Because I spoke to many friends in Calgary that weekend and they didn't hear about it. What will you be putting into the PR, Sharon, to let the community and the churches around know about the next worship ceremony that we'll be having?
Yeah, well, definitely. Once again, this year, just as we did for the 2025, I had sent out email blasts, to all the churches in the area, just to different industry like radio, that type of thing. So we were reaching out to all these places, but we will do that again, and we will do
Yeah.
it even better. And as well, if they go to the social media and website for the Canadian Selah Music Awards, they will also be able to see everything that happened this past year, and then information about the coming year and how they can be a part of that. So we really encourage the churches in the area for people to come out, for anyone just to come out and listen. There's such good entertainment, and it's
Yeah.
just such a great evening.
Yeah.
And the theater is such a beautiful place to be. So
Yeah.
we're just really encouraging everyone to come out and take part in the 2026 awards.
We welcome them.
Amazing.
We welcome all of them, and we need them because they have one thing. I wish there was one pastor that recognized one of the winner publicly in the church.
Mm.
And
Oh, yeah.
he publicly make the winner pass over, and that really touched my life, because I said it was worth it, because the pastor not only recognized the ministry that this particular person has, but publicly recognized her. Like, as we pray for, they pray for him, for her, they recognize everything. So we want them to understand we're not building any church. We just want to support worship leaders. We
Mhm.
want to recognize worship leaders. We want to recognize people working in radios, TVs, magazines, all these artists. When they finish, when they get the trophy, they go back to their churches.
Yeah.
So we just want, and most of them, they put their church which church they go to. So it's kind of like, do something, make them have confidence in what they're doing. Believe it or not, that give them more confidence that, okay, you're
Mhm.
doing, and that push them to do better, because they are in the spotlight. So they say, okay, I was a winner last year, I have to do something better for next year. So
Yes.
they become better and better in what they're doing, and it's good for the kingdom, it's good for the churches. So we
Yeah.
invite all the pastors, every church member, to come and help us.
It's a beautiful thing that the CSMA is doing, Sharon and Elio. It's a beautiful thing because despite what some persons think, Christians get discouraged.
Yeah.
And many of the persons who have been singing their whole life, they have never gotten an award, they have never been seen. And here you are, providing that platform and that community for persons to be seen and heard. And it's encouraging to people. And persons are, have a renewed hope in what they're doing and renewed fire in what they're doing, including myself, to just keep going despite what's happening, because it's impactful and it's changing lives. And the work that both of you are doing, again, Sharon, you probably won't live to see it all, but it's impactful and far reaching. So I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be talking to you about it. And I will continue to share it and continue to talk to people who are in the industry and to do what I can to spread the word as far as I can.
And next year
Yeah.
we want you to come to the red carpet. We pray that no problem with cars, so you can do your set of interviews at
We
the same
pray.
time as everybody every other radio station was doing.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Elio, for taking the time to talk to us. And we're looking forward to more from the CSMA.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for
Thank you,
having us,
everyone.
and thank you for providing this platform so that we can talk about the awards and share the excitement and the good news of
Yeah,
the awards.
Yeah,
absolutely.
thank you so much, Derville. And anybody listening, if you are an artist, registration will be open on August 1st. Don't forget, go to the CSMA page, Canadian Selah Music Awards.com, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and then send your registration. We are doing it for you, so don't hesitate.
Thank you so much again. And follow along on social media, everyone, and you will get all the information, all the updates, and everything that's happening with the CSMA. And you can reach out to Sharon Rurak as well at Vision PR Solutions if you are a musician and you want to get some real help and some love behind you. Sharon is the person. I promise you won't regret it.
Thank you.
Thank you.